Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go out in the garden and I'm going to show you what I had to do this morning before 7 a.m. We had a little visitor and it wasn't pretty. Our beets are completely gone. The deer ate all of them. There's very few little sprigs here now. They were really tall and pretty, but they are gone. And the okra is eaten down. It's gone. You can see the hoof prints that the deer left all in the garden. So it looks like they might have come in from that back corner. There's hoof prints all the way coming in here, and you can see where they've gone between the corn and they've come up here, and you can see hoof prints through the tomatoes as well. So they walked through here and then came over here and had a nice little feast of the beets and the okra, and then they ran back out from that back corner. But yeah, so if you look closely, you can see the little hoof prints, kind of their little trail of where they walked. It rained really hard last night, so the mud gave me lots of good footprints to follow. And the deer also ate the tops off of a lot of my carrots here. And these are the baby watermelons. You can see one there, a little one there, and another one up here. So they're doing really good. And then we have our cucumbers that are next to them. And see, we can find a cucumber. Yep, there's one growing. Lots of bees active today. We have lots of tomatoes in the garden, so here's our tomato rows. These are doing quite well. And as you can see, we have lots of tomatoes on the vines. There are 5 varieties. These are the sweet aromas. They're already starting to get red. And we have lots of little cherry tomatoes. And we have some of our other tomatoes here. Lots of tomatoes on the vines. And down here we have our squash and zucchini and corn. This area here is where the deer came in. There are little string fence here. You can't tell, but there's a line here, a line here, a line here, and up here. So there's 4 strings, but they just somehow slipped in. So we are going to have to up our game on how they get into the garden. Luckily, they did not eat our corn, which is just started to get the little pretty things on top here just in the last couple days. So I imagine we will have corn soon if we can keep it from the deer. Our squash bugs have been relentless with the squash. So we have planted a few more. I just planted them this week, so I planted some here on the ends that haven't emerged yet, but hopefully they'll emerge soon. We've got some spaghetti squash on the vines and some butternut squash on the vines. You can see another deer hoof print there. But yeah, so we have our butternut squash and a nice big spaghetti squash there. We have some more butternut squash down here on the ground. So there's another butternut squash, and this delicata squash did die. It was growing and then the bugs got to it, so you can see where they ate through the root, and that one is going to die. So I did just plant some more, and this one is surviving, so it's doing well. So we have one delicata squash here, and our zucchini. They haven't produced much, but they look pretty good. The squash, I've had to rescue them a few times from the squash bugs and keep killing those squash bug eggs, but we're finally starting to see a few coming on the plants now. Our bush beans here, these are the next crop that should be ready, and you can see we've already got several beans that are growing. We can keep the deer from eating those. And we have some peppers. These are the serrano chili peppers. So you can see here we have quite a few peppers that are growing. And our Melrose peppers, which just keep producing. We have so many of these. I think I've already picked like 30 of them. The okra, this is what the deer ate. All of the okra. And I had just planted some more okra, ironically, and they all just emerged yesterday. So the deer did not eat those little seedlings, but they did eat the ones that were almost ready to pick. There's one more little okra on the branch there. Maybe a couple more here that the deer missed, but if we don't protect them, those will be gone, I'm sure, tonight. Our carrots, they took the tops off most of our carrots. So you can see that they just ate it down. They should have pretty little leaves like that, and instead they just ate most of the carrot tops off. And our bush beans are also, I just picked most of this crop. There's a few more that are growing on this one. They had a great little crop. I just wish I'd planted more of those. And the broccoli's doing good. So far no head on the broccoli yet, but it is hot, so that was expected. Our eggplants or aubergines, I've already gotten some of them. The flowers are on the vine, and we've got a few of them that are beginning to show here. And on the second one as well, we got another one coming up. And I also planted a few more seeds of those, so those are just now starting, the seedlings are coming up as well. So overall, we've had a pretty nice garden until the deer got to it. So I'm hoping I can get some tomatoes, cucumbers, eggplants, carrots, more beans and peppers, squash and corn in as well. Over here we have some pumpkins that are just starting to grow. This variety is called a boo. I think it's a boo pumpkin, little boo. So it's a little white pumpkin. And then these are the big traditional carving pumpkins. So don't see any pumpkins on it yet, but I'm sure they're coming because the bees are there and the flowers are there. So there's our garden update. Hopefully we'll get the fence, continue to build it up. If this doesn't work, then we will move on to the electric fence idea. These posts here are 7-foot tall posts. They are 6 inches in the ground, so they're about 6.5 feet tall. But the first string was really low, so we're going to put a string way up high and then fill in the foot between here with more strings as well to try to keep out those deer that come out of the forest to eat my garden. The bean TP is looking good, or was looking good. The deer did eat all the dark red kidney beans and a few of the large lima beans. So other than that, they didn't get around to the front part of the bean TP. So hopefully those will live to see another day. Along this front bed here, I planted some herbs and things, and it's coming through and doing some weeding, and look what I found. Yes, that is another tomato plant. I see another one right over there. These things just keep self-seeding. This must have been some kind of tomato garden at some point. Anyway, hopefully these little seedlings will take off and we'll have some different herbs. I see the basil coming along over there. Yeah, so that's our garden update. We gotta do something with our fence a little bit more to keep the deer out. Our little fig tree is hanging in there, doing well as well. So we'll keep you posted on what else we grow. I did harvest all of the turnips yesterday. I did make a few new recipes. I didn't video them, but I did make them just to see what I could do with turnips. And I did a mashed turnips, like a mashed potatoes, but with turnips. And I did some turnip greens. They both turned out terrific, so maybe in the future I'll video those and we'll have some recipes on how to use turnips from the garden. In the meantime, we'll keep you updated and hopefully keep those deer out of the garden. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and let us see you next time. Thanks. Bye.